Welcome to Learning with Boys. My name is Rachel. I am a homeschool mom of 4 boys. I've graduated 2 in this school year. I am finishing up with my 6th and 11th grader, and I have some unboxing of books, some curriculum, a little bit of everything in here. So you may get a peek of what is to come with my curriculum pick for my 7th grader, so I just wanted to share that thought with you. But I thought I would unbox because I'm excited about one of the things that I'm getting is, well, all of it's new, right? But some of it is definitely going to be new to me. Okay, I do want to tell you that I have opened these boxes. First of all, I usually just do that just to make sure what's in there is in there. But so I have had this particular box for a while, Heart of Dakota, because they have a sale back in early April, I think. Now, one of the books I purchased from them was with the intent for my son to read. He's actually read it. I've actually done a video on what my son, my 6th grader, read from the beginning of this year till I think I made the video in April. So there was a pile of books. I will link that video below, but this book was towards the end of that reading. But it is from Heart of Dakota, which this box is from. These are a few things that I needed to have everything for my year, his 7th grade year. So you'll get a little sneak peek, and we do use the curriculum Heart of Dakota, but this is the first year that we'll be using this particular history and guide. So this is all going to be new to us. So I'm excited. I hope he's excited because it is early American history. So this book did not have to do with this school year's history. They have what they call Draw into the Heart of Reading, and I think that is where this book came from. They have different levels, like for 2nd and 3rd and 3rd and 4th. This was, I think, 7th and 8th, and it is called Soldier Dog. He is a World War II buff, and a lot of the books, not all of them, but that I do a review on in the video, have to do with books like that. There was a few other ones that I had encouraged him to read. So this is by Sam Angus. He has already read it, so I will tell you that he really enjoyed it. I questioned it a little bit because come to find out there were some words. I did not pre-read it, but there were a few words, but he really enjoyed it. So I wanted to share that with you. Now, the other stuff is brand new. It's been sitting in this box for a while. One book, let me tell you, with their guides, it is a Charlotte Mason style curriculum. I'm just going to tell you this real quick if you are new to my channel and don't know this already. But Heart of Dakota uses living books. They use spines for their history. It's all wrapped around their history, but it is a box curriculum. Like they have science, language arts, and math, and we don't use it all. But I always use it for their history, and sometimes I do use the extras. So for one of their living books, I do not have that one, so I needed to order it. It is Marie's Home. It is about a young girl from England that comes to France right before the French Revolution, which the history we're using is Revival to Reformation. It's early American history. So this, I think, is one of the earlier books that we read or he reads. And then the particular guide that I'm using has just been updated, and I'm using the guide right before that. So some of the things I'm using are going to look a little bit different than what you can purchase on Heart of Dakota's website. But I did want to try one of their new spines just to see how it correlated with the spine I'll be using this school year. I was really curious. It's called Renewal, the Church That Expands. I think it's a set by Luke Davis. This is to replace one of the spines that Heart of Dakota can no longer carry because they don't produce the book anymore. So, and I've talked about that in some of my past videos, and I'll give more detail about this in the upcoming videos. Just unboxing right now, trying not to talk too much. We did get the notebook pages that come with it. It's plastic wrapped, and we usually get the notebook pages every year. So there'll be other things besides just places to notebook. Sometimes there are things to read in here also that have to do with the history he's studying. They also use Draw Right Now Through History, and they use several of these books throughout early middle school years, and we don't have this one. So, all right, wanted to share that box with you. Okay, the next box I'm excited about, and it does also have to do with Heart of Dakota. Because they are Charlotte Mason style, they have a lot of extras that go with the history. Each year they'll include different studies. Like this school year, they have a signer study, they have a state study, they have a music study. I think that's it. Well, we're not going to do them all. We are going to do the state study, but like I said, I have the guide right before the one that they just put out, which has a state study also, but they have changed some of the books. They look fun and amazing, but since I have the older guide, I wanted to use their state study because, like I said, this is all new to us, and I really was curious. And I reached out to them, and they have given me the state study to use and to share a review with you. And it's called 50 States Under God. And I was really interested in this because I appreciated their Christian worldview, and they give lots of little notes and tidbits historically, but sometimes from a religious point of view of what was going on in history. So I'll be excited. I'll probably do like a little open look at this. But one of the reasons they gave this to me is they have two different ones. They have one for the younger kids and one for the older. And my son, I think this is either 4th or 5th through high school, and then this is for the younger children. But they want me to share with you, and I'll be excited to look through this with you, that if you have several different age groups that you could do this together, because they have a book for the younger kids, while the older kids can use an older book, and there's like cutting out and coloring and projects. So I'll show you that in an upcoming video. I might do one just on the geography or the state study we are doing. So excited to be looking at that and sharing that with you. Right. The next box is actually from Masterbooks. I was able to go to a homeschool convention. There was a couple things I really wanted to look at on the inside before I placed my order, and excited about showing you some of these things. Some of these things I had the opportunity to look at online also, so I had an idea, but this one particular book I was very interested. I didn't read the whole book yet. I think I probably read about half of it, but it's Who Am I? Solving the Identity Puzzle. But from what I can tell, everything was really, really good, and I thought maybe I would read this with my rising seventh grader, and I really don't know what my 12th grader schedule is going to look like, but I think it's something that we could read together, or I might just have a morning time, a wake up time with my 7th grader. So this looks really good, Solving the Identity Puzzle. So okay, another book that I don't know if I had a chance to look at this particular one, but they have these new books out called What a Character. This is American Famous Spies. I think they have one about scientists, explorers. I can't even remember, but I thought he would enjoy this one. The reading is going to be really easy for him. But I thought it'd be interesting because we are studying about early America, and that he would enjoy. A lot of these will be early American spies. So I thought he would enjoy this to read along as we're studying that. Now, this I got for fun. The Yellowstone, it's a guide. It's pretty thick, and it looks beautiful. I read really great reviews on it. I mean, people were like, we live here. This is a great book. We share it with people that are coming. And one reason that it interests me, because we are doing the state study. I think they had different parks. But my oldest, who was 20, right at the end of 20, almost 21 last summer, traveled to several, he said it was a lot of state parks. And he said, if we get a chance, you know, he knows that we could not adventure at all, that he did last summer, because he spent several weeks traveling, that he definitely would suggest going to Yellowstone. So I thought it would be fun just to, you know, maybe plan for the future someday and look through this. And I thought my 7th grader, and really this would be something that my husband would love to look through. So I wanted to get this. All right, a couple other things. We have some of Buddy Davis's videos. This is dinosaur, I Dig Dinosaurs, dinosaur fossils, and Noah's flood. We have the cave one. We have the Ice Age. I feel like we have a couple more of his, but thought I would get that one. It was a good deal. And then this book, The Great Alaskan Dinosaur Adventure. The reason I got this is because of the next book I'm going to show you. It is mentioned in that book several times, so I thought I'm just going to get the book and I might read it together, like a morning time read. And also I read some really good reviews, so I'll have to let you know if it's as good as they say. So the last one is Language Lessons for Living Education 7. We have never used language lessons except for 1 year when my youngest was like in 2nd grade. I do have a little bit of a review on that. I talk about several different language arts in those early years that I have used. I'll link it below, but it was not as deep and just not the way I taught, like 2nd grade. You're still learning to read and different things like that. So this is quite different. When I looked at it, it reminded me of 2 things. It reminded me of their 9th grade book. If you've had a chance, I think that came out first. And it sort of reminded me of learning language arts through literature. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I think this is going to be a little bit more biblical. I actually did look at it recently. I just opened one section and read through it, and I said, yeah, it still reminds me of that. But I'm excited. I think he's going to like it. I may be using a few other things, so I will be sharing that coming up. But this was another thing I ordered. All right, that is it. I may have another unboxing video for you coming up, and I definitely will be sharing. I have another pile of books that he'll be 7th grade, going into 7th. I don't know if you'll call him that, or I'll just say 12-year-old boy read this summer. He's already snuck and, like I said, read some of the books that I have ordered, but I'll just share more of that when he's done reading them all towards the end of summer. So, all right. I do appreciate you all watching. I would love for you to subscribe if you like homeschool content, which I do, past and present. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. That would encourage me. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you again soon.